Okay, so every single day, we are absolutely bombarded with these massive, bold statements, right? You see them in news headlines, from business analysts, from politicians. But how do we actually know what's true? Well, in this explainer, we're not just going to take those headlines at face value. No way. We're going to put on our detective hats, fire up some Python, and use objective analysis to uncover the actual truth.
Right, let's dive into this. There's a pretty stark contrast in how people actually consume information out there. On one side, you've got your everyday headline writers and readers. They consume data, sure, but it's often in this highly subjective, kind of passive way. They see a big, flashy claim in an article and they just accept it. Boom, fact. But on the other side, that's where we sit, the data scientists. A data scientist is fundamentally different because our ultimate goal is objectivity. We don't just read a claim. We scientifically interrogate that claim using raw data to find out what's really going on. To see how this plays out in the real world, let's introduce our primary suspect for today's analysis, Timmy's Coffee House. So, Timmy sells coffee, pastries, the whole shebang, and they desperately need to hire workers. To lure applicants away from competitors who might only be paying, 10, 12, or 14 bucks an hour, Timmy starts blasting this really alluring, very specific message. They claim, quote, "We pay our nominal wage is $20 per hour." 20 bucks. That is the magic number. That's the shiny headline splashed across the local paper or the banner outside the shop. Now, as a casual reader, you might see that and think, wow, Timmy's is super generous. Good for them. But remember, we're data scientists today. Our job is to test if that $20 an hour claim is actually true, or if it's just a clever, catchy slogan designed to manipulate the local labor market. So how do we investigate? Well, we go straight to the source. To check this claim, we actually went out and surveyed current workers at a few different Timmy's locations. We sampled exactly 20 of those workers and recorded their real take-home hourly wages. And we've brought this raw evidence directly into Python using Pandas and NumPy. We're not doing anything crazy complex just yet. We simply have our raw evidence lined up showing what these 20 specific individuals are actually getting paid. Now, sure, we could just import some automated Python library to spit out the answer in a millisecond. But instead, we're going to walk through the manual mathematical forensics here. Why? Because to truly master data science, you've got to deeply understand the engine under the hood. So first, we calculate the sample mean. Next, we find the deviations from that mean and square them. Then we add all those up and divide by n-1 to get our sample variance. And finally, we take the square root of that variance to find our sample standard deviation. It's a step-by-step unmasking of the data. And here is the initial shocker. After running our manual calculations, the results are in. Out of our sample size of 20 workers, the sample mean wage is only $17.86. The sample standard deviation, $2.13. Just think about that for a second. Timmy's is out there loudly broadcasting 20 bucks an hour, but our totally objective sample shows an average of just $17.86. Right out of the gate, this makes the coffee shop's big claim look incredibly suspicious. But here's where we have to pause and ask ourselves a really vital question. Is simply seeing a sample mean of $17.86 actually enough evidence to instantly close the case and officially reject their $20 claim? Like, can we march into their corporate headquarters right now and call them liars based solely on this one single average? Well, the answer is absolutely not. We cannot just look at a sample mean and call it a day. If we jump to conclusions based on that single number, honestly, we're no better than those subjective headline readers we talked about a minute ago. To be true, objective, scientific data analysts, we need to provide probabilistic confidence. We have to mathematically prove our inferences before we can definitively accept or reject the claim. To achieve that level of probabilistic confidence, we bring in our ultimate lie detector, the t-statistic test. This is a statistical measure we use specifically when we don't know the standard deviation of the entire population, in this case, all of Timmy's workers everywhere. And so we have to rely on our sample standard deviation instead. And it's just a cool side note that as our sample size gets bigger and bigger, this t-statistic actually naturally converges with a z-statistic, assuming normal distribution. Okay, to set up our formal interrogation here, we have to define our hypotheses crystal clear. First, we establish the null hypothesis, or H0. This represents Timmy's stated claim that the population mean wage is exactly $20. On the flip side, we have our alternative hypothesis, or H1. This represents our objective mathematical challenge, that the mean is unequivocally not equal to $20.
Next, we lay down the ground rules, the specific parameters for our test. We're setting our significance level, or alpha, at 0.05. That basically means we demand 95% confidence before we make any final accusations. Our degrees of freedom is our sample size minus 1, leaving us with 19. By dividing our sample standard deviation by the square root of our sample size, we find our standard error, which is kind of like our margin of error, is 0.476. Finally, our critical value threshold, the absolute line in the sand we have to cross, is set at 2.093.
With our formula locked in, taking our sample mean, subtracting the claimed $20, and dividing all of that by our standard error, we formally calculate our t-statistic. And the result? Drumroll please, negative 4.503. This number right here tells us exactly how far our sample mean of $17.86 deviates from their claimed $20, specifically measured in standard error units. Now, what's really fascinating about this slide is how we weigh these two final numbers against each other to uncover the truth. We take the absolute value of our calculated t-statistic, which simply drops the negative sign, giving us 4.503. And we place that right up against the critical value threshold we established a minute ago, which is 2.093. And this brings us to the golden rule, the absolute objective mathematical rule that dictates our final verdict. The decision rule states, we reject the null hypothesis if the absolute value of our t-statistic is greater than our critical value. See how beautiful that is? It takes the emotion, the politics, the opinions entirely out of the equation. We literally just look at the math. Is 4.503 greater than 2.093? Yeah, it absolutely is.
Visually, the contrast is completely undeniable. You have this tall, fake promise designed to lure in unsuspecting workers, standing right next to the significantly lower, true average wage that our objective analysis just proved. Because our absolute t-statistic totally crushed the critical value threshold, it falls firmly into the rejection region. Meaning the null hypothesis, Timmy's flashy headline claim, is thoroughly and scientifically rejected.
So, our Python script confidently outputs our final forensic conclusion. There is strong statistical evidence at the 5% significance level to reject the claim. The true average wage is significantly lower. This right here is exactly how you separate yourself from everyday data consumers. By relying on standard error, variance, and critical values, you actually have the power to declare truth or falsity based on airtight analysis rather than just falling for a marketing slogan. So I want to leave you with this thought. Today, we just investigated one coffee shop. But what happens tomorrow when you're scrolling on your phone and you see a massive new headline? Next time somebody claims, say, the mean salary of NBA players is $30 million. Are you just going to take it at face value like a casual newsreader? Or are you going to be a data scientist? Will you gather the sample, calculate the variance, find your t-statistic, and actually test the claim? The tools for total objectivity are literally right in your hands. Thank you so much for joining me.